Hey everyone, welcome to Stay Fast YouTube channel. My name is Anne Otieno.
And I'm Janice Atieno.
And we are
the Real Estate Sisters.
So today, I guess, just to like kick us off, what has been going on in your real estate world this past week or past 2 weeks or so, since we shot our last video actually. Ensure that you go like, watch and subscribe to that as well. But yeah, what has been going on in your real estate world? What is something that you discovered?
Yeah, I mean, this is a sad event. Yeah, so like one of my friends just invested in a property that was being constructed mostly for people living in diaspora. So this developer was building like 20 homes, and he had promised to deliver last year. But 1 year later, my friend just went to Kenya, and oh my God, it's a ghost town.
What does a ghost town mean?
Whatever it means to anyone, you can just judge it. But girl, you should not trust blindly. Like, it's time to vet these developers really seriously.
So wait, those were women, I guess, like people in the diaspora, people in the US who invested money back in Kenya. Were they building homes like to stay in, or like investment, or what? Or people who want to relocate back?
So
this project.
So they were kind of like family homes. So these people who bought these properties mostly were looking for a home where they could stay when they go to visit, and also long term when they retire back home.
Okay.
So it's such a sad situation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it wasn't little money. How much was it?
Oh my God, it wasn't at all. It was like roughly 5 million and above. Yeah.
5 million Kenyan shillings.
Yeah, Kenyan shillings.
5 million.
Yeah.
That is about $50,000 if Kenya shillings was 100. It's not 100 anymore. But yeah, roughly almost $50,000.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes to save that?
You don't want to know. You know
how a 6-figure salary.
I know. You know how many overtimes people do to save that kind of money. Oh my God, it's such a sad situation.
And I think there's been like things like that in Kenya whereby people, I think like outside Nairobi, and it's so funny because I was speaking with one of my uncle's friends, and he was saying that how people, like when you build a house way outside Nairobi, sometimes it's not even like as worth it because like the travel like to go to the city. But anyhow, that is sad.
Yeah, it is.
That is definitely sad. Oh my gosh. But yeah, things happen out here, and I know that in the diaspora you want to have a place back home, and I feel like sometimes also like building those homes, like when you want to retire, like is it an investment at that point, or is it a liability? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like what do they call it? Like dead. They call it
dead assets.
Dead asset, yeah.
Yeah.
But which is interesting. Just to like dip apart. I know like sometimes we want to build these big bungalows back home and all that. And I was just realizing that sometimes that is dead asset. Like because when you're in the US, you can really like easily sell your house. But when you're back home, you just spend all the money on the house, but you can't even make any money on it. But anyways, if these women, they were to succeed today, we are learning about like how to just like monetize. How do you ensure that you monetize? So if the project was to succeed while they're not there, what could they possibly do even with their investments, like with their real estate, to ensure that they're making money and it's not just like $50,000 they just spent, that is not even like growing. So we did this exercise. We went ahead and started like researching, like, as sisters who are really interested in real estate, what can we really do if we do buy these properties? What are some of the ways in which we can monetize? So Janice went and did her research. I went and did my research, and then we wrote all the points down, and then we just, tossed them in here. So we tossed all the points here. So today we're going to be going through some of the very unusual ways in which people can actually make money through real estate that we didn't know about even ourselves, and the things that we're going to be learning about. But before we go there, usually when you think about real estate, what comes to your mind? Like, I want to make money through real estate.
I think one thing that comes to my mind is short-term rentals. Like, so this is where like you use your property for short-term stays, usually within less than 6 months. Mostly these stays you do not require like the tenants to have a lease or anything. So mostly they're staying for vacation. Maybe they're visiting, for instance, they're visiting Nairobi. They don't want to stay in a hotel. They want like something that looks homely.
Yeah.
So you can utilize your home for short-term rentals like that. And also we have these professionals who are maybe they work in other towns, but maybe their company is sending them to Nairobi to do something. So they do require like those kind of short-term stays. So that is kind of like what comes to my mind. How about you?
I think definitely short-term stays for sure. But then also I think like just like long-term, when I think back then you also have this thing like, oh, you can buy apartments, buy a building, build in the nearby town, and then you can just like be collecting rent. So like long-term rentals, as opposed to like short-term rentals where you actually have a tenant and people that actually live in the house. I think that is one thing that comes to mind. And just like also like short-term rentals, I think also like maybe like vacation home. So instead of like a hotel, but you can have like use short-term rentals as a vacation home too. And also like on the long-term rentals, like I've seen people now doing furnishing on the long-term rentals. So it wasn't a thing, so people do furnish them and then charge them more money because now their furnitures are at stake. But this one I've realized like people, there are people who are like maybe moving to a certain area maybe for 1 or 2 years, and they do not want to spend money like buying furnitures, or they just want the luxury of moving into a home that is complete. I do not need to buy anything but my suitcase. So that also is like an aspect of long-term rentals that is being embraced right now. That is also very risky. I think in that case I would want to like have a security deposit down, like paid, because if somebody like messes your couches and stuff, I feel like I would have to put like security deposit down, or require in almost an equivalent value of the furniture. In that sense, I don't know, but it seems a little bit risky just on your furniture. It's risky, and just scouting like the Kenyan market to be specific, I've realized like even for short-term rentals, owners charge the renters a little bit more money, and then they use the money to provide them with cleaning services. Like for instance, they would clean twice a week, even for long-term stays. And the reason for this actually is to address the concern of, what if my tenant is ruining my furniture? So you can catch it as it starts, versus you have a renter on your apartment or home for like 2 years, and then you, after 2 years is when you're going to check on the house. That's true.
And at that time the damage is already done.
Definitely. And I guess with Airbnb, I know that you're doing Airbnb. Do you think that it's still a thriving market in Kenya?
It's a thriving market, and it's also seasonal. Like we have a season where most people are traveling back to Kenya, so there is also a high peak season for tourism where foreigners are traveling to Kenya. So based on the season, it's really a thriving market that is being well received right now.
Okay, so I know like a lot of people have really tried to use it, but I remember last time when I was in Kenya, I don't remember the conversations exactly, but I just feel like if I remember, there was like government trying to be more strict, or Zakayo and some some tax. I think there was like some like raising like taxes on Airbnb and all that. But I hope that people are still able to list their properties. And not just Airbnb. Airbnb is just a platform. We have like Booking. I think I've used Booking.com when I was back home to book an apartment in Kisumu for like 2 days. So like Booking.com, and then other upcoming. I'm pretty sure this Kenya is also like it's gonna probably like build some upcoming like listing platforms, because why do we always have to use all these international things?
I know. And also
we need our own platforms for these things. So Airbnb definitely is thriving, and they charge in dollars. They're pretty expensive. There's one time I rented a place for a month when I went to Kenya, and it was $1,000.
Can you imagine?
And they didn't even give me Wi-Fi.
Oh my God, really?
They gave me Wi-Fi for a few days.
Really?
I think 1 week later, my Wi-Fi is not working.
And that is a short-term.
Short-term. And I thought I paid 100K or 150K at that point, so I can get everything. And they didn't. 1 week later, my Wi-Fi is gone. And I'm calling this guy. I'm like, I don't have Wi-Fi. And he's like, no, it's not part of the 150K.
Oh my God.
You have to pay. And you know how buying Wi-Fi and data back home is so annoying. And then electricity as well, like hot water. My hot water stopped working. And then I had to buy electricity
Oh.
I think it was just like a welcome electricity, and I thought I paid 150K for everything for comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was not fun.
Yeah, so it looks like maybe just thinking of it as you're talking, maybe like in one of our videos we could talk about like ways like people who are doing like short-term rentals or even long-term can make their tenants kind of like happy, because business...
I was mad. If Kenya had reviews, I was going to give. I know that apartment. I'm not gonna call the guy, but it was some apartment. I know it. Yeah, I was gonna write review. I don't know if I did. I might have written a review on Google, maybe. I don't know, but people don't look for reviews at home. I thought there would be. I wish there was ways where you can review people in Kenya for sure, because people can do like give you bad service, but then there's no accountability for it. At least here, before I go to a restaurant, I look through the reviews. So if I see something bad, I don't go to that business anymore. Yeah. And that is not the same situation in Kenya. But I think a video on like just how to to keep customers, you need to be nice to customers, Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so just to segue, so those are the different ways that we know, and everybody knows, I think even like our viewers, those are the things that come to mind. And another one is buying land for sure, like, how people can buy land. But then there's different ways of, I think people buy land to like hold so that they value appreciation. But I think there's definitely different ways as well that way you can monetize land. So I guess we just pick one by one and then we explain. I will see ways to invest. But yeah, so let me start. Let's see. Oh, interesting. So this is what it says. Corporate housing. So basically, you can rent your property to companies for their employees who have temporary assignments. I think like let's see for instance, I think my company. Wait, I think I had already said. Did I say last time where I was working?
Yeah, I think you mentioned.
Anyways, I think like sometimes even like Google, sometimes in the Bay Area they have like apartments for like employees. So I think this is what like corporate housing. So you can have apartments that are just for like employees, and in that case, you would have to provide them with a good Wi-Fi, a working desk, and then you market yourself like, hey, you provide housing for employees, so that so you can partner with companies if they have like their even like let's say the likes of McKinsey. Kenya has a lot of international companies, PwC, Deloitte, and all that. I think almost every company. So if your employees are traveling to Kenya, then you can partner with those organizations so that they can refer your employees to places where they can stay and have comfortability as well. So that is interesting. I wonder how big of a market it is. I'm sure it's big. Yeah.
It is, especially now with like a lot of international companies going there. And also an increase in like travel professionals.
Oh yeah.
So they tend to trust apartments that have already partnered with some companies, because it gives them a proof that it's good and safe for the professionals. So it's a market that is growing, because Kenya as an economy is growing, and there is an increase in international companies going there. So I see a gap there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we have all the international companies in Kenya, by the way. Yeah, your turn.
Yeah, so I'll pick something. Let's see what I have. I have event hosting.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I know like my observation, I could be wrong, but my observation is that in Kenya especially, we think that events can only be hosted by, the big hotels or the event company. Yeah, or the big companies.
Wait, what's Bonfire is for travels? Okay.
No. Bonfire is for travel, yeah. But and also like event companies. So those are kind of like the two groups that most people think that they are the only one who can offer events. But now we have like a growing, I think it's a Gen Z thing where everything is an event.
That's
like,
true.
You have a baby. Just before you have a baby, you have like three celebrations.
That's true.
And then after the baby, you also have
revealing you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Gender reveal.
Yeah. And also we have like like for instance, maybe you're having like a graduation party, or maybe you want like a small intimate wedding that doesn't have to be like in the big venues.
Yeah.
So if you as a property owner, if you have a property that probably has a large space inside and also has a large backyard, you can utilize it and mark it as an event property. You can host people. Also, I know like sometimes maybe someone has a small house and they have like large family visiting. If you have a home with a large dining area, you could provide that. You could rent that out for a day to accommodate like those events. No, you just don't have to leave it to the hotels and the events company. Even you as a property owner, at the backyard of your home, it can be a wedding venue to someone, or a graduation, or a bachelor party, or anything really.
True. And I don't even like even here, I think like event spaces is pretty big investment, where you just need to buy a place, build this building, or just like hosting events. So that's also like a possibility. Instead of like building a house, you can literally just build like an event space as well.
Like to be honest, you can just build a room. And even to start, you can even, if maybe you do not have the funds for, you know, to buy like chairs, tables and things like that, you can start with just an empty space. You're providing the space, somebody can come with their chair and their stuff. So it's a booming business that I see a lot of potential that is not being explored by property owners.
Would you do it?
I will do it. I will.
Maybe,
who knows?
We'll see. With this journey. I think the next one is me. Let's see what I have. New discoveries. Storage space. Oh wow. So this is whereby you could actually, I guess, like storage space, like just like giving your space. If you have an extra room, I know in the US people have garages and stuff, but probably in Kenya some people have garages as well. So if you have a garage, or if you have just like an extra room that people can, you know, there's some people usually who move and stuff. Maybe they have extra things they want to keep. And I know, or even some people that have like events. I know like there's an event owner person that was storing some of the event stuff on like somebody's building because they didn't have enough space to do that. So if you have an extra room, you could market it like as a storage space where people can just like put their extra stuff. People always have extra things that they don't want to throw away, or they don't know what to throw away, what to keep. So so you can also do like a storage space, or even in your garage, or just like an extra room that you have, instead of just having it there. And especially if kids have gone out, and you just have this extra space that is just there. What would you like to add on there?
Now that I'm thinking of it, there was a time that we were walking in town and we had bags. But because we did not intend to spend the night in town, we were wondering, where do we keep this bag as we explore before our time to go? And I figured that if someone was offering that service where you can just like provide storage for people who wants to hold their bags. And also one thing I've seen is like people who have stores in town, kind of like providing storage for people who do online business, probably because they don't have a physical store, and maybe a client wants to see a product before they can buy.
You can like your Amazon warehouse.
It's like kind of like Amazon warehouse. So if you have a store or just an empty space, these are things that you could think about. You do not even need to create more space. It's just utilizing like the space that you already have to make money.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's cool. You want to pick the next one?
Let me go next. Oh, film and photography location.
Interesting.
So right now, especially like right now, our Gen Zs do not want 8 to 5. So
You don't want to stay in the office 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Some of us would like 401ks too. But maybe they're going to make more money. They don't need 401k. So.
they don't need, they're already investing.
They're already investing. They're YouTubers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that growing, it's like a growing career right now. Everyone is trying to do social media, be it podcast, be it YouTube, and the quality of the production needs to be good.
Yeah.
But the initial investment of the production items is really expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also some do not have a space in their home to create like a production room. So if you have a property where people can just come and shoot video, you could even provide like the production items like cameras, lights, microphones, and just like a nice space that is visually appealing. You could monetize it and rent it out to people who are creating content. Another thing that I've observed is like people have talents or skills, so maybe they've even gone to school maybe to be photographers.
Oh yeah.
But they do not have the money to buy cameras and also to give like that studio shoot. But they can get clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can help these people make money by maybe if you own a studio.
Yeah.
You can maybe give them like a pass where they can come and shoot their videos. Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
So so I think those are ways that you can generate revenue from making your property like a film or production.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, which is funny, because I think initially we were also thinking about going to rent a studio place.
Yeah, we were thinking that.
We thought about it. So that's a good point. I wonder if there's anyone that does that actually already. Probably, studios that they rent. But yeah, you can also, other people can do it as well. It's not like to specific people. It can be like a whole business thing.
Yeah, there's room for that. But what I'm not seeing is like people with photo studios renting it out to other photographers to use it as a space to take photos. Because they're already like an established studio. I can just come in with my clients, use your equipment and everything and take pictures and go home. But I'm paying you, so it's kind of like a win-win situation.
Yeah, because you can't be the photographer to take, because people will be like, I don't want competition, like you're competing with me. But I'm like, you can't have the time to take photos of everybody who wants to take photos, so you could, instead of like doing the photography, you could just like rent your place, and people that have different posts, people have different clients, or they know how they draw their clients. Yeah. I guess I can pick, I think this is the last one.
Okay.
I don't even know if I know how to pronounce this word. Agritourism. Okay, I think I tried. So yeah, basically, if you have a farm or a large piece of land, you can offer agritourism experiences. And I think this happens. I think in the US way more. I think probably in Kenya as well. I need to really do a lot of things in Kenya for sure. Kenya has a lot of things that I just do not know. But like sometimes we go do like apple picking, and we have to pay. You can't just go to somebody's farm and start picking apples. You literally have to pay for the time of being there, and then also for the apples that you picked. But those apples were so good. One time they were so good. So basically, you can use your farm to create like tourism experiences. So even if you think about like, let's say a place like Kericho, do they do that? Do they have like tourism? I think people just go there and just take photos for free. No. I don't think they do that. But yeah, so yeah, it's like things like, let's say like Kericho, like tea farms. So you could have like a tourism experience there, where you can actually like people can come. You walk them through the coffee, how old the coffee plantation is, or from different sections. And then maybe you have like a tasting, like tea tasting experience.
Yeah, that one. We are missing that one.
I'm just discovering a business idea, maybe.
I know, tea tasting.
Tea tasting.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
On the farm.
Right? That's a good idea. And then you just like walk them through the history. Last time I went, I learned that those tea farms, somehow they're owned by, they had 100 years agreement, so anyway, let me not spill Kenyan secrets. I just learned they're owned by some big companies, like there was some 100 years like treaty or something. I don't know. But anywho, I think that's a good experience. So just using your land. So if you maybe, let's say if you farm, even if you farm, let's say potatoes, you can walk people through. What other thing do we farm in Kenya that is very interesting?
So we have
mangoes.
Yeah, maize, rice. Especially
rice plantations.
Yeah. And also, like you mentioned, like the apple picking thing, and also to go back to like your tea. A lot of people have never picked tea. I have never, and I think it will be like an experience. To just go pick, and obviously it's something that already exists. You're just charging me to go and have an experience. And I know a lot of foreigners, especially who are like coming from other countries. Kenya is among the largest producers of tea, so they would enjoy having that experience of picking it and see how the coffee farmers are, tea farmers, are monetizing it.
Yeah,
and I know
definitely, yeah. Or even if you have like a small like Kenyan farm that you grow so many different things, you have like a farm that you grow multiple things, you can also have people come and see. Or even like even if it's a groundnut farm, some people don't even know how groundnuts look like. So you can just have a farm that you can just like show people around different varieties, or even like like the different vegetables as well, like the traditional vegetables. You can have a farm where you have like different kinds of vegetables and you show people, and maybe have like health benefits attached to that. That's actually cool. Maybe I'm discovering new things.
You are, because like remember, I think we were laughing one time where we went to a farm here and we found like one cow which didn't even look healthy and one chicken. Like you see, like they're monetizing that, right? They have one cow.
And people at home have 100 cows.
And people have like many animals that other people would like to see, not only for tourism and an experience, but also maybe if you're looking to go into farming, maybe before you go into chicken farming, it will be nice for you to tour other farmers and see how they're doing or what they're doing. So we have like,
and I think now things are changing. I think people at home now, people are starting to, a lot of people they want experiences. So the view of life or the view of fun it's changing. Because initially it was like, those are things for the tourists, Those are things for the Americans or the things for the world. But I feel like Kenyans are now getting out and just like doing stuff for fun and exploring things. People have that time or dedicating that time. So such experiences I think would be really great. I would have loved to do like tea testing when I passed by Kericho. That would have been really nice. Or even just like eating different kinds of traditional vegetables. That would have been nice. So so that's where you can use your farm to create experiences, educate people, and just be able to make money. And people do it. When I went to the apple picking, I paid at least $50 to enter that place.
Imagine. And you have an apple farm, and you're not generating money from it apart from only selling the fruit. Like people can just come and pick apples directly from the farm, and they're paying for it. So
so I think those are some of the different ways. So guys, let us know if you have any other ideas on how to like invest in real estate. Shoot them down in the comments. We would like to know. But these are things that we are also discovering. So hopefully, along this journey, we'll definitely invest in some of these things, in addition to what we're already investing in now or thinking about. But thank you so much for watching. You want to close it out?
Thank you everyone for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video with your family and friends. It really supports our channel. Bye.